here. Welcome back, Hondo's Blockbuster. Another movie draft underway. We've got a very special one. Two returning guys, very familiar. You're going to see these guys. You've already seen them from the first one. We're back with Pooch. We're back with Bo. And then we've got one new guy added to the frame. This guy, he's been begging to be on this show, and we finally are allowing him on.
I don't know if I agree with this. I don't know if I agree with this being publicly displayed.
Welcome, Mike. Welcome back, boys. How's everyone feeling? I know, obviously, Pooch, Bo, coming off your this is now the second movie draft. You guys feeling a bit more? Bo, you're going to pick Ocean's 11 again,
I was just about to say, man, I embarrassed myself not knowing the rules. While I stand by, that's a great trilogy. Would not have picked them first if I didn't realize. For the audience, I thought it was a category-based. Like, I'm going to knock out this category. This isn't, like, my first pick. But I shortly realized how bad of a pick that was. So I hope to rebound.
It hasn't aged well.
Did not age well, and I got I got made fun of by pretty much everybody. So hopefully I can prove my knowledge and my worth now this second go-around in a category I really love.
Yeah, well, with that, with the release of F1 coming up, we thought it'd be a good idea to do a sports movie draft, and that's exactly what we are going to do. So just like last time, last person standing will have the first pick. First person picked will be fourth pick, all right? So let's.
I would really love the 4-hole.
I know, I kind of want the 4 spot too. And it is! Let's get it! All right, I'm rigging the sheet. All right, so I'm at 4. I feel like the first pick is kind of tough for sports movies, to be honest. Oh, Mike.
Okay, the 3-hole.
No, I
really want to be. That is
after my Ocean's 11's fucking garbage. Booch,
dude. Oceans plays in the sports category.
Booch. Yeah, it's.
Oh,
man.
First overall pick.
Bring on the Oceans. It's gonna be Airbud.
I'll take number 2.
This category is honestly loaded. I have so many different ways I can go.
Bo, lead us off, my friend. First pick in the sports movie draft.
So, just give me a second here because I want to be a classics. Give a shout out to some older movies.
Well, you don't want to give away other picks.
So I'm gonna go with the first pick, and it's kind of safe, but I'm gonna go with Field of Dreams.
All right.
Field of Dreams is probably my favorite baseball movie of all time. It's turned out to be a field now that they play in. Kevin Costner is the GOAT baseball lead actor. He's in like Bull Durham. What's the other movie where he's a Detroit Tigers pitcher?
The Natural.
Yeah, the Natural. And for the love of the game, he is Mr. Baseball. It's nostalgic. It does a lot, with your connection with your father. It's a great movie. I always am a sucker for when they appear from the corn. And it's like all these famous old 1927 big leaguers. So I'm going to go with Field of Dreams, even though it's not necessarily my favorite sports movie, but I wanted to be respectful to the classics.
All right, Mike, I got to ask, you had a groan when he picked that one.
No problem there. I think he went with the safe pick, understandable after the Ocean's debacle.
Oh my God, dude!
And I think he redeemed himself. I think I think that's a great movie. Would it have been my first pick? No, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't have. It's on my list, is what I'm saying. So a lot of respect for him bouncing back in a big way.
All right, I love it. Yeah, Field of Dreams. Solid 1-1. Won't really bash it too much, but I'm with you. I wouldn't have picked that at 1, but it's a first rounder.
Yeah, for sure. And it's cool like how the MLB now has like a Field of Dreams game, so they actually play like a Field of Dreams stadium that like they have the teams wear like the old school jerseys. So like you can tell that it does have like
it's iconic,
especially with the baseball, like the baseball world. I mean, like that's probably one of those movies that's always gonna be talked about. So it's a solid first pick. It's a good pick to kick us off.
All right, Pooch.
All right.
Lead us away.
So I feel like maybe not one of my favorite sports movies of all time, but I mean it is a sports movie and it's one of the most iconic films of all time, regardless of it being a sports movie. I'm gonna take Rocky.
All right, Rocky plays for sure.
I think Rocky, obviously, not really looked at as a sports movie, more of a drama, but I mean the whole kind of it being centered around boxing I think it does make itself consider a sports movie, but one of the best movies of all time. And I think it's one of the strongest sports movies. But I think I have my other picks, which are more iconic in the sports world. But I think Rocky to lead us off with a strong second pick there.
I'm gonna disagree with you. Although you picked Rocky, I have Rocky as I think like a 1-1 pick. I think Rocky's one of the best. I don't know why you're downplaying Rocky. Rocky's absolutely a sports movie.
Well, I have Rocky very high.
But I get what his point is.
Rocky,
it doesn't
sound like a childhood movie. It's a serious movie.
Whenever you think of a sports movie, Rocky's not really there because it's really more of a drama film more than a sports movie. Because the boxing is like the whole theme of it, but like there's so much more to it rather than just like
right. It's more about the character. Yeah.
Whereas there are other movies where like the movie is the sport being played. Whereas this,
I think Rocky plays like I think of Rocky as a sports movie. So
I don't think it's like I said, I don't think when people think of like, oh, give me your favorite sports movie, a lot of people aren't going to say Rocky. But when people say like, oh, what's your favorite movie of all time, I think more people say Rocky for that than it would be if they're asked, what's your favorite sports movie? Is what I'm trying to say. But I think it's a strong second pick.
All right, love it, Pooch. All right, Mike, first ever draft pick. Let's go.
All right. Before I do my pick, I got to give, Pooch credit here. That was my 1-1. I think Rocky is the clear-cut 1-1 in this category. The franchise as a whole, Rocky 3 in particular being one of my favorite movies of all time, regardless of sport or non-sport. Just really adds to the adversity of it being my first draft that my pick is taken right in front of me. So we're backtracking. But I think kind of trying to balance, similar to what Campbell and Pooch both said, of trying to pick your classics versus your favorites and like those movies that have personal nostalgia. I'm going to go the other way, and I'm going to pick one of my favorite movies growing up, which is The Longest Yard.
Oh, I was going to take
The Longest Yard.
Which one? The original or the Adam
Not the original. No. I'm talking Adam Sandler, Michael Irving, Nelly. Like, just a fantastic, fun movie. It has everything. It's got the comedy. It's got a major drama to it. It's a remake, which, obviously had to lose a little bit of originality, but Longest Yard for me is just a mid-2000s classic, being in that 6th, 7th grade when it drops and you're just like rewatching that movie over and over again with your friends. So Longest Yard.
To be honest, I was going to pick that first, but I didn't want another Ocean's debacle, so I went with something that was...
That went safe, dude. It was understandable to go safe in your spot. As the rookie, I felt like I had nothing to lose.
But I also think Michael Irvin was probably the best, most believable wide receiver in any sports movie ever.
Yeah.
The football is actually
he was in playing shape.
It's not like when you see them juking and it's like, have you ever seen the show All American when the football
scene? Right, when they can't throw the ball.
Yes. It's very clear,
yeah. No, the cameos in Longest Yard are crazy. Between the ex-athletes like Romanowski and Goldberg and all those guys, and then Nelly, who looks like an NFL running back in the movie.
Oh, all right. Like that pick, Mike. I had Longest Yard on mine too. I'm gonna go in a similar. God, I honestly, I really should. I have my things ranked here in terms of I could either go. All right, I'm gonna go one nostalgic personal pick, and I'll go one in terms of best sports movies. You can let me know if this plays. I personally think it plays because it's more about the front office than it is about the sport. But I am taking Moneyball with my first pick.
Oh my God! Here we go.
What?
That's
what's
one
your
of the
problem
most.
with Moneyball?
It is the biggest lie ever depicted on
That's a good movie.
Ever. It is a good movie.
It's a sports
it is
movie, but I do agree.
All of
it's a good movie.
It's so historically inaccurate. I mean, they talk about a team that had no money. Great. They also had the AL MVP, the AL Cy Young, 3 pitchers with 20 wins, and they don't even feature all 4 of those players. It's not that they won because they walked and they had nobody and garbage men and firefighters playing baseball. They had a really, really, really good team, good pitching staff, and a good bullpen. And yes, they used sabermetrics. They walked more than everybody else. But it is just a complete and utter lie. I was waiting for this topic to come up. Sorry to blast you on your own podcast.
No,
it's
I
a
love
great
it.
movie.
It's a great movie.
Completely
A lot of people have come out and said that, like, a lot of
Objectively, a
information,
phenomenal movie. I completely
the trade
understand
scene, people said like it wasn't as dramatic as it was. Like they called for trades, like yeah, take it, bro. I don't care. Like
You
it
could
wasn't
look
like
up a
as
video of
dramatic
Mark
as it
Shapiro
was.
talking about Moneyball, and he said it was like the most gross overestimation of what went on. Now, that
But
being said,
that's Hollywood.
Jonah
Though. They
Hill,
gotta make it
awesome.
entertaining.
Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hill,
Oh, that's his best. That's his best
Chris
performance.
Pratt, awesome. Philip
Yes.
Seymour Hoffman, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that it's a good film, but it really bugs me that they just basically told the world a lie.
Yes, I understand that. I feel you, but I am drafting just based on the movie and the movie itself.
I like it. It's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
I mean, I didn't even know the full depths of that. I mean, I feel like you've said that before, but that's honestly it's honestly almost kind of hilarious that they've just made this lie off of this, like, and it's just that's crazy. But okay, so I'm gonna go Moneyball 1, and then with my second pick, I'm going personal in terms of not necessarily the best, but one that holds a nice, solid place in my heart. And it's a movie that me and Cambo, we were roommates on a bachelor party 2 weeks ago, and we put this thing on at 4 in the morning. Yes, we didn't watch a lot of it, but it just brought back every memory, and that is Gridiron Gang. Gridiron Gang is one of the best rock movies of all time.
Wow.
100%.
Literally, it's my intramural football team, like in college, like we're the Mustangs based off this movie. Like everything, like every sports thing that I ever did was like just based around Gridiron Gang. Literally all my intramural teams, like from literally like our team name is the Calusa Mustangs based off the Gridiron Kilpatrick Mustangs. Even our intramural, like not really intramural, but Cameron, we were on that JCC team that we played. Like we were the Kilpatrick Mustangs. Like this movie just means the world to me. It's one of those movies that as a kid was one of my favorite movies, and it's one of the movies that made me fall in love with The Rock. So I am going Gridiron Gang, personal pick.
He's a great actor in this movie. He does not overact. He's a very believable coach.
I think it's one of his best movies.
I do agree with that. It's one of his best movies, and that shouldn't be an insult because it's a great movie. Great movie.
Yep.
David fell asleep snoring 5 minutes in, but
I did. Listen, it was like 5 in the morning. You know, but once that the opening scene came on, it was tugging at the heartstrings. All right, Mike, second round.
Well, minus 10,000 just hit on The Rock to make it into David's team. So the real question is going to be is if does a second Rock movie find its way in? Is the game plan going to sneak in?
Oh, dude, you must have taken a look at my picks. I was going to go playing Gridiron Gang back to back.
I think I'm in a crucial spot here where I could make a change and go with one of the classics, or I could build what I think is going to be a monster team here if I just stick with the comedies. And I'm going Dodgeball.
Oh, Dodgeball's good.
Dodgeball being an unconventional sports movie, more just a general classic comedy, but just, I mean, the iconic roles and the iconic scenes in Dodgeball, like, really go neck and neck with any other movie from our childhood, I feel. Man. I mean, Ben Stiller is an all-time character.
Probably his best role ever.
Literally. Probably one of the best characters, like, of any comedy movie ever. Just phenomenal movie, start to finish. I doubled down comedy. Gonna have to find, a little bit of versatility in the rest of this roster, I think, as I shape it out. But really happy with these first two picks, these first two comedies.
Mike, I had Dodgeball. I don't know why I thought Dodgeball could make it to me. I don't know why. I should have known that I was going to get picked. Dodgeball is a great pick.
I was going to take it on the turn, so it was a great pick. And Cultural Renaissance, they literally started broadcasting Dodgeball for 3 years on Spike TV after this movie. And one of my favorite memories is TKO Spikes playing fucking Dodgeball on Spike TV at 9 o'clock.
Dude, didn't they also create an ESPN The O Show just from this movie?
After Fear Factor.
Right. Jason Bateman, man, that minor role he has in the movie is hilarious. And also just making fun of like the 2000s making fun of the 2000s gym culture, which didn't work because it's clearly exploded from there.
Yeah.
But it feels like Globo Gym exists like seriously throughout the country now.
Coming down to the proverbial pumpkin. I sure do like pumpkins, Cotton. So good. The bold strategy there, Cotton. I still say that line. Like, I'll be out in the valley. This is a bold strategy, Cotton.
The one-liners from that movie.
They're classic.
It's so good. All right, I guess it's me now, right? I think
Yep.
it's
Hit
my
it,
turn.
Gooch.
All right, I think I have options here. I do have two picks, but I feel like this movie is really good. It's a Disney movie. I'm taking the first Disney movie, but I think it encapsulates one of the greatest upsets in global sports history. Give me Miracle on Ice.
Oh, okay.
Great
Yeah.
Give
pick.
me the
That's a
Miracle on
great
Ice.
pick.
That's a great
Give me the
pick, Gooch.
Miracle on Ice. I think it's a strong pick. I think the whole story, especially giving a nod to the Panthers now in the Stanley Cup, giving a nod to hockey, but I think just a group of college kids taking down the Soviet team in that era, and what the impact it had on the sports impact, political impact. I mean, I think it was just a really strong movie, and I think it's a great depiction, especially the coach's depiction, how strong that movie was of getting that team together. So I think
All
strong
time
pick.
coach speech in that in
Yeah.
sports movie history.
Yeah. So I think
And
that's my second pick, and I'm happy with it. I think it's a solid another sports drama, but I think it's a solid sports movie, especially
and
given
different from Moneyball, this movie does not exaggerate like what was like
no,
the
yeah,
intensity and the
it was
gravity of the situation with the Cold War and how good the Russians
yeah,
were at
dude,
hockey then.
Yeah.
yeah.
It really is. That was an incredible feat for the
It
U.S.
was
team to win.
outside of it being a movie, just like the political, cultural, sports
Yeah,
impact it had on the world. Like it just was like it
right.
was it was a significant moment in like world history when a group of college kids beat the Soviet Union like monster super team. God knows if those
The
guys were made in the lab, and
the
we beat them.
Monstars of
Yeah.
real life.
What was the name of the goalie, man? It was so iconic. The goalie that had like
I
the
just
jersey.
remember Aruzioni, like Mike Aruzioni was one of the guys on the USA
Yeah.
team.
No,
But man, I
it
can't even
was
lie, Pooch. I'm liking your team. I'm
it was a
liking your
really
squad so far.
no. And
The
then
Rocky Miracle 1-2
let's
is
see what
That's
Campbell
good. That's a
goes
good
with.
one
Let's
too.
see what Campbell goes with because number
I'm
three is
super
gonna
conflicted, to be honest with you.
if it comes back to me, my third round pick is gonna bring it all together.
I'm
I can
regretting
pick.
my Moneyball pick. I hate it already, and I love that movie.
Look. It's easy in hindsight. Could it have been a reach? Very likely. But you know what? That doesn't mean your roster's cooked.
All
So
right, Bo.
I'm gonna go. I'm between a million basketball movies, fighting movies, racing movies. I'm gonna go with a personal favorite of mine. I think Coach Carter is the quintessential basketball movie. I
Good movie.
think it's a
Oh,
great story, good hoops. Samuel Jackson blows it away. I wanted to wait to see, but I know that I was going to get sniped, so I just took it. And I love this movie. I watch it all the time. I think it's such a good film based on about discipline, teamwork, overcoming a challenge, all of the other things that you'd like in a good sports movie. And it's it doesn't necessarily have the happiest ending. So
right.
uh,
That's my top drama. I think that's a great pick, dude. I thought I was gonna sneak in
you were the
and
person
just
that I
totally
knew was gonna
revamp my
take it.
team with Coach Carter. Man, I love that movie so much. But
Timo
that's a
Cruz is my favorite.
fantastic pick. Oh my God, Timo Cruz when his uncle gets shot.
Dude,
Oh, they shot him, Coach. What a scene.
when that was the first time before Steph Curry when there was a fast break and he just pulls up for a three.
Pull up three.
I think it was seventh or eighth, man. Full confidence. He has a lot of Marshall Henderson to him.
Yeah. No, Samuel Jackson's fantastic.
I'll just say it's probably one of like Samuel Jackson's like. I mean, he's got a ton of classics, but like he's legitimately really good in that movie. Like he's
Right.
more blockbusters nowadays, but like people forget like that he's legitimately a fantastic actor.
He was in the news this week for saying something along those lines, right? Like he's like, I pick roles for movies that people want to see. I don't pick roles to win Oscars. And like this is a perfect example of that. He got a movie and elevated it.
Yeah.
With his acting, like it took it to an entirely different level.
Yep, I completely agree.
I'm the new basketball coach.
All right, so for my number three, I'm going to take a racing movie to just kind of broaden my horizon. I'm going to grab serious drama. I'm going to grab Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
Great movie. I don't really background. It's not that I hate cars, but I'm indifferent about racing, indifferent about cars, indifferent about everything, really, when it comes to the car world. And it's just such a good movie. Christian Bale is outstanding. Plenty of cameo actors that are really good. Great story. it's a serious movie. It's not a feel-good movie in any stretch, but it's just everything about that movie is a great sports movie. But I don't even think it gets casted in that light because it was so critically acclaimed. But I'm gonna go safe again, even though there's some other picks that I would have made. But Ford versus Ferrari would be my pick.
I like it. And I'm same with you. I'm not a racing guy, and this is by far my favorite racing movie.
For sure.
Yeah. It's really, really good.
All right,
Pooch. Let's see if you can get a little out of the ordinary.
I think I'm gonna get out of the ordinary. Not the ordinary, but I'm gonna tease my pick with this speech right here.
Oh.
I don't know what to say really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives all comes down to today. Now we either heal as a team or we're gonna crumble inch by inch, play by play till we're finished. Give me any given Sunday.
Great movie.
Give me any given Sunday.
All right, I love it.
That's a great film that does not get the.
That's an awesome.
Very
If
low
you ask
key,
my dad
very
who
low
loves
key,
football,
good film.
he hates Any Given Sunday. Thinks it's terrible.
Listen,
Hey, who?
My dad hated Any
Al
Given Sunday.
Pacino's great in that movie.
He was
you
great. I
got
think
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx,
Foxx was
Willie
great.
Beaver.
Jamie Foxx, yeah.
It
You
is
got Lawrence Taylor
underratedly
in
long.
there. You got
Almost 3
a
hours.
lot of you got some star power in there. Cameron Diaz is in there.
She is
so
so hot in that movie. Jesus Christ.
she was like in her mask peak still. Like she was up there. But
Something about Mary.
great football movie. I think it's very iconic. Obviously, it's based in Miami, so the whole scheme of it, the way everything turned around. But I think it's just a good movie of like non-professional football and just like just the way it's portrayed. And Al Pacino just leading the way just makes it a really iconic movie for me, and it's really that's more of a movie that I really like. I almost like the movies other than the other two when it comes to like sports movies, but I saved them for now, and I'm happy I got it where I got it.
He plays the not drunk, but washed up Hall of Fame coach so well.
Yeah,
unlikable, grungy, doesn't get along. He was really, really good.
Friggin' who's casually in there as a coach? It's not I think Jim Brown's in it as a coach.
Jim Brown's in it. Lawrence Taylor's in it. There's a lot of pros in it.
Yeah, a lot of pros in it, but I think they have LL Cool J as a running back.
Yes.
It's such a random cast, but bro, it came together so well. And then like the whole Jamie Foxx being like the young up and coming kid, not good at quarterback, the dual threat in that era of football wasn't really like sought after, and it was good. It's a good movie.
Very solid pick.
Solid pick. Love it. Hit us, Mike.
I'm taking a risk here, guys.
Oh.
I'm looking at my roster, and I'm thinking I need to make a change. I've solidified the comedy portion of my roster, and now I fear that this is going to be too much of an overcorrection to the other side because this is an incredibly depressing movie. It is a great movie. I don't even know if it's possibly some of you guys haven't even seen it. Foxcatcher.
Oh, great movie.
Starring Steve Carell, absolutely fantastic. His best role, I think by a mile.
This is
great.
I think correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is directly after he leaves the office, or like shortly after.
Probably a little thereafter. What is this? This is probably like a 2016.
It's 2014.
Yeah.
2014.
It won Best Picture, right?
It was nominated. It didn't win anything.
He
was nominated for Best Actor. He's awesome in this movie.
It's 2014. I mean,
and Channing Tatum's in it
very,
too, right?
very good movie.
Channing Tatum
very,
and Mark
very
Ruffalo.
Sad story.
Such a sad story. A true story.
Acting. I mean, Steve Carell blows it away as this role.
It's such a heavy watch.
Yeah, I've only watched this movie twice, and
it's a really heavy watch.
Watching it again.
Right. It's definitely not a light watch, which is where I started with my list. So I think having a movie like Foxcatcher in the middle is helping me, really round out this roster. But I mean, of the movies, definitely in terms of just cinema, like the best movie on my roster for sure. Is it the most fun watch, which is usually what you think of when you think of a sports movie?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But I'm happy with this pick.
Fun fact, same director as Moneyball, Bennett Miller.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. He's actually only done these 2 movies in Capote.
Rip. That's it?
Yeah, I swear.
All right. I will go third round. I'm shocked that this pick made it this far. It's honestly, it's not one that I honestly haven't seen this movie in a while, but it's an all-time classic as a kid. And I'm surprised that The Sandlot is still here. So I'm going to take Sandlot. I think The Sandlot is one of those movies, like coming-of-age movies that, most people, like, it has such iconic moments between the dog and Benny the Jet and what's the kid, the catcher, that he was literally at a baseball game the other day.
Ham, or whatever his name is. Ham.
I think it's like culturally one of the most impactful sports movies in that era. And so I love it. It's one I haven't seen in a while, to be honest, but it's one that as a kid I grew up watching a million times. So I'm going with The Sandlot.
Childhood classic.
Love that movie.
Nothing wrong with that.
Should have been
Awesome
should have been in the first 3 rounds for sure. A little bit earlier. But again, with these drafts,
I'm picking over Moneyball, to be honest with you. I'm glad I ended up getting it, but
you bounce back. You bounce back big time after Moneyball.
But for the audience, you have to understand from our perspective, we're trying to cultivate 5 movies that, because we're going to have you vote on which one's the best. We're trying to pick 5 movies together that fit, a pattern or something that you
cohesive roster.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wanted Sandlot, but after Field of Dreams, I'm like, I'm not going to take the Sandlot. I'm not going to make this so baseball focused.
Yeah.
So you want to have some diversity.
I agree. And my second on my back-to-back, I've got one. There's a couple that I really want to take that, it's whether or not I go for like one that's I think one of the best sports movies in terms of like one of the best performances in a sports movie ever, or I can stick to the car racing theme since F1's coming out this weekend. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go with The Fighter with Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg. I mean, this is obviously the performance that got Christian Bale his long-deserved Oscar. One of the best, and based on a true story, boxing movies, in my opinion. It's one that I actually hadn't seen in a while, and I watched this one a few months ago, and it's still incredible. Christian Bale, I mean, obviously he's one of the best actors of our generation, and this one, is no different. So I'm going to go with The Fighter.
Very solid pick. Another heavy watch.
Yes, a very heavy watch.
But a good movie nonetheless.
Mark Wahlberg, perfect guy to be casted as a Boston boxer.
Yes. Probably one of Wahlberg's best too, for sure. And Amy Adams is in it. Like it's the cast itself and performances are stacked. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
good pick. All right. Not gonna lie, this is the pick I'm most insecure about right now. I think after Foxcatcher, I gotta really have a strong pick here, and I'm in between 2. And I'm gonna go with probably an underrated movie in my opinion, a great biopic from our childhood. I'm gonna go with The Express, the Ernie Davis story.
Wow.
Okay.
The
Express is such an underrated movie.
It
is such a good movie. And Camo's wincing. Camo does not like the pick. I'm going for depth on this pick.
There's probably 5 people outside of this movie chat that have seen The Express. So
no, stop with that. Stop. The Express was critically acclaimed.
Wow.
Chadwick Boseman's great. Dennis Quaid is fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, it's just a solid movie, and it just doesn't get talked about enough. And I feel like the place where my roster was, I needed something to kind of balance it out. I couldn't overcorrect and go back to another easy money, cherry pick a nice comedy, and I didn't want to go any heavier and pick a really another depressing movie. So I go with The Express, which is a sad movie, but it's a great movie, and it's an underrated story. The Ernie Davis story is one that doesn't get talked about enough, and he's overshadowed by Jim Brown. For a lot of reasons, this movie's not talked about enough, but I'm happy with this pick.
Because it's a bad movie.
Oh, stop with that. You can't call it a bad movie. That's just... He says it.
Not a bad movie. Wasn't even on my radar, to be honest with you. But I mean, it's a good movie. So I'm not going to sit here and shit on it.
And let's see what happens. I got to look at my roster now.
I got to admit something. I hate how much I'm liking Mike's team right now. I want to hate his team so bad, and
if you're a fan of The Express, there's no way to not like this squad.
I gotta give credit. I didn't even have that on my list, and once you said it, I'm like, holy shit! I used to love that movie. So
it's a great movie.
Hate it. So it is a great movie. Oh man! All right, Pooch.
All right.
Bring it in.
We're getting to like the hard part of the draft because there's so many good movies still.
Dude, I know.
Yeah,
out
there's
there.
literally I could probably do a backup B list, the whole different.
Bro, straight up.
For
You
real,
guys
I
want to
think
go?
Are we gonna rip some honorable mentions?
Yeah.
You guys want to go more rounds? We can add like 2 rounds if we want.
No, let's do some
Nah.
honorable mentions.
All right, all right.
We'll each get an honorable mention in there.
Yeah, I'm down for that. An honorable mention.
Just to keep the diversity. Damn it, I don't know. Because there's this movie I really like. There's 2 movies right now that I have in my head. They're both football movies, but I'm gonna go. You know what? Scratch that. I'm gonna go with an iconic film. I don't know why I just changed my mind. I'm super conflicted, but I'm gonna go with another iconic hockey film. I think people still think about it to this day. People buy the jerseys. People know the characters. Give me the Mighty Ducks.
Yep.
Nice.
Ducks.
Give me the Mighty Ducks.
All right.
I think it's another
Very nice
iconic
pick.
Disney movie.
Yeah.
Emilio
Classic.
Estevez.
Classic characters, and I think I already know what I'm going to use to round up my draft at number 5.
Solid. Super solid pick. It wasn't on. I for some reason left it off my list. But
Not
that's
on mine.
great.
Yeah, not on mine either. But the Mighty Ducks, in terms of like being iconic, people literally rock like Mighty Ducks jerseys.
They have the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
gear out of any sports movie, that's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
People make like a freaking fantasy teams and call them the Mighty Ducks. Like,
Yeah.
like everyone, like you don't have to watch it, but you know, like who are the Mighty Ducks? Like, oh, it's a random hockey
Well-
team from that Disney movie.
When they go into the flying V formation, is that what they were called it at the end?
Flying V,
Oh,
yeah.
what a moment!
What a moment.
So I'm
right,
going to
Campbell.
just shout out. I just thought of this right now, and I just wanted to laugh. I think the worst sports movie of all time is The Karate Kid with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. And I'd be remiss
That
not
movie
to
sucks.
insult that movie for being how bad it really was. I mean, the most pretty offensively racist towards Chinese people and pretty horrendously casted by whoever thought putting Jaden Smith in China would be unbelievable.
Oh, that's good. Is that your pick?
No. That was just me laughing. My pick, I'm going to kind of go different. I'm going to go with some comedy because I wanted to get one before. I'm conflicted between the 2 comedies that I want. But since I already have a racing movie, I'm going to pick a golf movie. And the sequel comes out pretty soon, even though I'm not that excited for it. I'm going to grab Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
Okay.
I had that on my list.
One of
too.
my favorite.
I was gonna
Adam
pick like a
Sandler
fourth.
is one of my favorite actors of all time. I
Yeah.
love him. The king of feel-good movies. He's hysterical in this movie. It's so original. There's so many different good actors in the movie, and it's just a great golf film. Obviously, there are some other golf movies that are probably better golf movies, but I'm going to specifically take this comedy category. Grab Happy Gilmore.
All right, I was going to pick Gilmore instead of
think-
fighter. I went to go at a heavy hitter like Foxcatcher. So I love the pick. I have Happy Gilmore very highly.
I think it's the best golf movie ever.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that statement. I think it's a great golf movie.
So my last pick, and I'm gonna leave a million really good movies off this list. So
Yeah.
I have a different honorable mentions, but this one's near and dear to me because I played basketball. I love basketball. May not be everybody's favorite sports movie, but I'm gonna choose White Man Can't Jump. I
All right.
love that movie. It is so funny. It is got a million quotable things in it. It's just a great movie. Even though Wesley Snipes is very obviously bad at basketball in the movie, you could tell based on what's cut out. But I still think just a classic sports movie. It's definitely not in the traditional mold. Like, it's not sappy. It's not like predictable. It has a very original story to it, and it's very, very quotable and funny. So I'm going to go and grab White Man Can't Jump.
Good pick. Good 5th pick too. I think it's good value in the 5th round.
Yep.
All right. To wrap up my round, not gonna give much explanation. I'm just gonna say the pick and let it speak for itself. Give me the Water Boy to wrap up my draft.
Great pick. Great comedy to round it
Give
out.
me the Water Boy to round up.
Wow,
my
I
draft.
didn't even think of that as a sports movie.
I'm liking
So
that.
good.
I'm liking your roster a
So
lot,
good.
Pooch. I can't
Give me
lie.
Bobby
Yeah.
Boucher coming back to bring the Mud Dogs back in the Bourbon Bowl. Then we got a little Vicky Valancourt. Everyone's first golf crush. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
like her. She likes me too. He showed me her
Fett, honestly, quotable,
Great
funny.
movie.
Everyone knows that movie. I think it's one of honestly, I think it's one of Sandler's best movies, one of his best roles, and I think it's yeah.
That's another Sandler super creative and dumb role, but it's just he's the only person that
cooking in that era, man.
Can create something out of nothing.
Those like 5 hits in a row. Yeah. This run he was on. It was like
Madison,
Waterboy, Mr. Deeds, Billy Madison,
Mr. Deeds,
Big Daddy.
Yeah, he just destroyed our childhood. He was like the A-list actor of them all.
Yeah. All right, 5th round. Obviously, The Express had mixed reviews, and I don't think it's going to really have mass appeal for my roster. I don't think it was more of a personal pick than a pick that's going to try to get me votes and try to really make me win this thing. So I've got to bring it back here. And I'm going to go chalk. I am going to go for, what's considered to be a great sports movie. I'm going Jerry Maguire.
Wow, I did not think of that. Also great flick.
Jerry Maguire's a great movie. I think it appeals outside the sports fan, obviously, because of the romance involved, the drama involved. I mean, Cuba Gooding Jr. is awesome in the movie. Tom Cruise at potentially the height of his powers. As Tom Cruise is relevant right now.
Hey, relax. He's still at the height of his powers, all right?
You're right. He's only getting stronger.
He's still the GOAT, okay?
Did you see he set the record for like 18 jumps with his parachute on fire or something? Like who had 17? Like
Tuesday for him.
Yeah, are there a lot of people vying for that record?
It's just been him setting the record every year,
him beating his own record. Like, I can't imagine there's a bunch of people like, shit, Tom got 18. Like, I gotta get out there. I gotta go for 19.
Yeah.
Fun fact about the Jerry Maguire. If I'm not mistaken, I believe one of the inspirations behind the movie was actually Drew Rosenhaus, who's like one of the top sports agents out there, but he was one of the inspirations behind the movie.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is so good in that movie.
Fantastic. Does he win Best Supporting Actor? Or who is nominated? I think he either won or nominated it. I mean, this movie was huge.
For sure.
But yeah, Jerry Maguire just rounding out in the 5-hole. I think it's good value, so I'm happy with it.
You had me at hello.
Yeah, he won.
You had me at hello.
He won Best Supporting Actor in 1997.
He won it for it. Yeah, I mean, great movie.
Yeah,
great movie.
Oh man! All right, I'm rounding out this draft. I'm hand up. I think I have the worst draft out of everybody. I like your teams. I like all your teams so much that I can either go chalk here and just go for a prayer. Like I can do one of these big name movies, or I can go with one that I had circled at the 5 spot the entire time that I don't even know if everyone on this call has seen this movie. But I'm gonna just do it. I'm not gonna go chalk. I'm gonna go with Everybody Wants Some. Everyone seen that movie here?
I have not.
I don't know what that is.
Wow, I love it. That means no one's gonna know in the real world. Everybody Wants Some is a Richard Linklater movie. It's based on a college baseball team, and it's where people were introduced to Glenn Powell.
I've seen the pictures to this.
Yes, this movie is a heavy sleeper. I love Richard Linklater's style. He's a great director, and it's basically like it's considered like the spiritual sequel to Dazed and Confused, and it's literally about a college baseball team and like it's syllabus week essentially, and you're following the freshman or this freshman trying to make his way onto this team, and it's great. It's hilarious. It's a great like college coming of age movie. It's great. It's funny because it doesn't really even have a plot. It's like literally it's just these college kids who are partying and drinking and also trying to get to baseball practice. But it's about just the brotherhood and the team dynamic. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. So I will go. I think everybody on this call will enjoy it. So
I'm gonna just shout out, since you said Richard Linklater. One of the movies I was struggling to find a place on the list is The Bad News Bears, and I would say the 1970s one or the 2005 one are both hysterical. So it's very rare that you have a remake which is just as funny as the first one, because if you watch the old one, it's hysterical. and I loved that movie. So that was going to be my honorable mention, even though I got way more than that. But the Bad News Bears is definitely one of my favorite.
I think we'll each go honorable mention. So that's your honorable mention there, Campbell.
Are each of our honorable mentions like getting added to our roster, or is our roster set and then we're just doing an honorable mention?
Okay. Movies that were missed.
I have an honorable mention that I struggled because it's objectively not a great film. It's a spoof. But like you pee your pants laughing when you watch it. I have The Comebacks.
Yes, I had that one too.
Hilarious movie. One of the dumbest movies ever.
Really,
but a Seal Terry, like the moments of that movie are just they're unmatched. Like that, it's so funny. Making fun of in the Coach Carter scene where he sees the kids getting bad grades and he locks up the gym, but he does it because he sees the kids are getting A's and he thinks they're nerds.
Yeah.
It's just a movie that's just like where
or whatever his name is.
Where instead of radio, it's iPod or iPad, and then they're like, "Oh, wait, turn off the Xbox." And they cut to the sideline of the guy turning off Madden.
Talk about a tough watch. Radio's a tough watch.
Radio is a heavy watch. Yeah.
I like the comeback. I had the comebacks on mine too. I honestly thought about tossing that in at the 5 spot.
It's hilarious.
So ridiculous. I watched them. It's so up my alley though in terms of like stupid ass humor. It's like another one I had here. I'll toss out one is 7 Days in Hell. Didn't even go to theaters.
Great. Oh my God, it's so good.
Sandberg and Kit Harington just playing the tennis movie. Dude, it's the stupidest movie of all time, and it's literally I die every time.
I agree. It's in the same cloth.
I got some honorable mentions. One of them, which I wanted to pick, was my last one. Was The Replacements.
Replacements good, Keanu
Reeves.
I think The Replacements that's one of my favorite ones. And this one, I'm surprised it didn't get mentioned in terms of baseball, but Major League.
Awesome. I have it on my list, man. I was so conflicted about picking it. Major League 2 is so funny. Major League 2 is
legit. Do a second sports movie draft. Like, there's so many other picks here.
Oh my God.
I mean, dude,
the category's loaded.
We left Tin Cup off. Greatest game ever played. I mean, a million other movies. Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. I wanted
the Road Road Raging Bull.
Yes.
So many good movies.
I know you guys were making fun of it earlier. I mean, Remember the Titans is still considered one of the best.
Yeah, it's a big time movie.
I just didn't want to go to a sports movie draft and draft Remember the Titans 1-1.
Yeah, you know what?
Right.
You know which one's good that I actually like? Ford versus Ferrari, I think is like the best made.
Oh, I know exactly. We had this conversation.
Oh, the Rush. We had this the other day. Rush with Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, nice. That's Ron Howard, right?
Yeah.
Rush is the one with Chris Hemsworth too, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Great story, and it's a really good racing movie.
Did I have anything?
I got a question for the crowd. I think this could be a good little clip too. Thinking of clips, but what sport do you think has the best collection of movies if you put them all together?
I don't know.
Baseball's probably got the deepest bag, man.
Baseball or golf?
Damn, you really
but I disagree with golf. Like, Tin Cup is good. Like, what else is good? Like, Greatest Game Ever Played is okay. Legend of Bagger Vance, like, Caddyshack is good.
I think
Happy Gilmore is a golf movie.
Happy Gilmore is awesome. Like that I think is like the clear leader in golf. Like by far.
I think it's outside of. I do think baseball probably is deepest. I mean, football has also got a million of them too.
Right.
I think it's probably either football or fighting movies in second. I mean, the boxing movies, wrestling movies. Like, dude, one I had on my list that's recent. That it's talk about like hard to watch is the Iron Claw, the one with Zac Efron. Right. Dude, incredible.
Really? But I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, dude, highly recommend. I thought he was snubbed. He should have been nominated for it. But I think I'd probably say football's probably got the second deepest roster, though.
We didn't mention Rudy.
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, Rudy.
I hate Rudy.
Yeah.
Rudy's a cornball ass movie. I hate Rudy.
I hate Rudy.
It's a made up. Like, what are we even doing here? Like, why is this a movie? Like, this guy's a loser. There's no way his teammates liked him. This guy was probably so annoying around the facilities. Like,
dropping the jerseys.
Come on, that did not happen.
First of all,
he's like
a
a
5'6" tackle. Get out.
What are we doing? Enough.
There was a quarterback that was there when it happened. He's like,
Joe
none
Montana.
of that happened. It was Joe
Joe Montana was the quarterback of that team.
Lie.
My gosh.
If that like let's say like that was like a make believe kind of storyline that they weren't like saying like based on a true story, they just said that was a standalone movie, like, oh, we're gonna create this storyline, I think people would not hate it as much because like, oh, it's a true storyline.
Right.
But the fact that they try to
pass it as a true story.
Well, I think it's been flipped on its head because when it first came out, people love Rudy. Like they love that movie because it's a true story. Now I think people are like, dude, this is all.
Well, because Notre Dame is also like the darling of the Midwest, and especially around sports culture. Like everyone loved this movie, and it just built into the Notre Dame propaganda. Obviously, I have my feelings about Notre Dame, which are independent of my feelings of this movie. I gave it an objective score that I thought Rudy sucked based on its merits, not by the fact that Notre Dame is the darling of college sports and just has been, treated favorably for the last 50 years.
I think another movie that was like more recent, and I think it's like there's some heavy films in it, but I think this was like too heavy to be like in the sports film world. But Iron Claw as a wrestling movie, sports movie, I mean like that was a pretty freaking good movie.
I know. I said.
David said the same thing. I gotta watch it.
Iron Claw.
I've honestly been scared to watch it because every single person's like, "This is so depressing. You should."
Yes, exactly, same thing.
That's how I felt about Manchester by the Sea, and then I eventually ended up watching it, and I loved it. So.
You know which one I left off my list because for me it would have felt like disingenuous to put it on my list because I actually find it to be a really tough watch. Is Raging Bull, the Jack LaMotta story.
Yeah.
Which is like a Scorsese classic, critically acclaimed Bob De Niro. Like,
tough.
It is so depressing. It is such a depressing
$1 Million Baby, which I was going to take as well.
Yeah, $1 Million Baby's a heartbreaker.
Brutal movie.
Brutal.
Great movie, though.
Clint Eastwood.
King.
You know, a movie's also pretty good that I didn't mention it because like I don't think a lot of people know it, but if you watch, I think everyone likes it. Is McFarland USA? Have you seen that one?
No.
It's like a cross country movie. It's a Dennis movie. It has Kevin Costner in it.
He's in every sports movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He goes to like podunk town in Texas, and bro, he gets like these like local like Mexican kids that like work the fields and stuff, and he used to run to school. He's like, yo, let's make a cross country team, bro. He won like no, they're not in Texas. They're in California. Bro, he won like the California state. He became one of the best track schools in the entire state of California for this guy. A random movie, but I always thought like it was a pretty good. I know it's like very like obscure because it's like one of those like Disney movies that like wasn't like the Mighty Ducks of the world or anything, but I thought it was a pretty other good movie.
That reminded me, Pooch, of another random sports movie that I completely had forgotten about, but I remember not hating it. Really off base here, but did anyone ever watch that John Hamm movie called $1 Million Arm with the kids from India that they teach to become pitchers?
Yes.
Very early on in John Hamm's ascension to where he is now. But, I mean, I like this movie from what I remember. They ended up signing with the Pirates, right?
Yeah. And one of the pitchers ended up becoming like a WWE wrestler. Like, it's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
It's a true story. Yeah, it's a true story. They got minor league deals, the guys.
They got like some like these kids from India that like played cricket and stuff.
Played cricket, yeah.
And then like, bro, they're talking about throw baseball. I think like, I mean, look, I think it was a feel good story. Like, I mean, if you really watch baseball nowadays, like you have like these kids like in seniors in high school pumping 102. Like these guys got up to like 88. Right. So in today's baseball, you're like, it's a cool story, but like in reality, if you really like baseball, you understand baseball. Like, okay, yeah, like these guys.
Yeah. The idea you could go from just like playing cricket and then become a major league pitcher.
Yeah, it's like they weren't throwing like gas. I mean, they threw like 97.
What kind of a place were the Pirates in? Were they like they must have been pretty desperate? Like, was the farm system just decimated that they're like to the point where they're like, we gotta send John Hamm to India. Like, we can't evaluate talent.
It was like a third party like organization that they created this challenge, and then they would train him to get signed by an MLB team. So it wasn't like the Pirates.
It wasn't like the Pirates. It wasn't like
John Hamm found them, brought him in, and then the Pirates saw them pitching, and it was like, oh, we'll give them.
Guys, it just reminded me of a movie I left off, the Vince Papale story.
Oh my God, that was going to be my first pick.
That's such a classic. A bartender from South Philly makes the Philadelphia Eagles in an open tryout.
Fuck,
that is what Rudy. That is the Rudy that is the movie that Rudy dreams it could be. Just the fellas horsing around, man, just drilling each other into cars. I remember watching that movie as a kid and be like, yeah, this is what me and my friends are going to do in the world. We're going to like pull up our cars and play tackle football.
So good. And then you guys watch Varsity Blues too, bro. There's so many good football. I think football.
So many
like we said,
this
is a deep. If we had 2 hours, we could chop this up into a great pod.
100%.
No, we gotta write it down.
We might have to do a sports movie reunion or sports characters. We can probably go into forever with it. But that is what
we have to narrow it. We have to narrow down the parameters, make it a little bit harder.
Yeah, well, you know, we could have done maybe. Well, I mean, we already did sports movies, but we can do it based on like you have to pick one per sport type thing,
or one per decade.
Or that we can do. There's so many opportunities with the movie drafts. Like we can find drafts for literally anything. So
you pick. Look, I think the next one you do is best sports movie characters.
Yeah, we can do anything. We can build a roster.
Oh, man.
Mike's gonna pick the Express, the main character.
Ernie Davis. Ernie Davis won.
RB1.
Ernie Davis, and then Dennis Quaid, who's the coach, and then Chadwick Boseman as supporting actor. So that'll be the first 3 picks by three characters from the Express.
Good. I like it.
I love it, boys. Well, all right. Thank you, everybody. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe, comment. Anything you can do will help. Mike, Bo, Pooch, as always, thank you. Great draft. We'll be posting this. So to see who won, I don't want to brag. I did win the movie draft #1. It's okay. It's all good. Bo, I will say we've been dogging you for Oceans. You actually came in second in that draft.
I know. I rounded it out very well.
They were trolling. Everyone was trolling.
No, not trolling. Listen, if Oceans is in the 5th slot of the trilogies, you don't care. I was able to get Harry Potter in the 2nd round.
Yeah, I know.
So I flipped the rest of the draft. But I'm never gonna live that down. That's okay.
Well, let's see. I think you guys got 3 really. I think I'm easily the point. Like this. Actually, I'm actually pissed about my draft. I'm gonna go cry in my sleep while I hang up. But no. But seriously, thank you guys again. We'll be doing more movie drafts as the summer goes on. And yeah, let us know who you think won. It'll be on all our socials, and you can let us know in the comments too. So, thank you everybody. And
thanks for having us, Dave.